Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner, and I am here to do my end of 2022 wrap up. It is the 2nd of January and life has been so crazy. So crazy. Little girls know. Little girls, come here. We have 2 puppies left. One of them has quite a story with it. Come here, Meg, Amy. Oh, Meggie girl. This is Meg. She's the one with the story, which I will tell in a minute. Amy is over there. Oh, it's hard to show you guys. Oh, there she is. Trying to wake up all the other sleeping dogs. Okay, why don't you 2 play? So, you might have noticed Vlogmas drifted off, and that is because life became so crazy. So this is the first of 4 videos I'm going to try to film in the next few hours. And I'm trying to figure out where to start and to tell you why. Let's see. Why did I start? Okay, let's start with why it's a rush for today. Tomorrow, I'm having my a tooth extracted. I have very bad teeth genetically. I get that from my mom. And my dentist last year had found a tooth we were a bit worried about. And she was completely surprised at how quickly it went bad. So that really sucks. I am on a prescription toothpaste. Like, I didn't even know those things existed before being prescribed it, but there's prescription toothpaste. We've now had to change from me using it just 1 time a day and then the regular toothbrush in the morning to now I need to use it both in the morning and the evening. So that sucks, but hey, it is what it is. And actually this one tastes pretty okay. So it's a sweet mint flavor. It's pretty nice. The thing is, you can't eat for like quite a while after you use it. So, that's not a problem in the evening. It's a little bit of a problem in the morning. Whatever. It is what it is. So, let's now jump all the way back in time with me not having completed Vlogmas, even though I did a ton of prep work, and you guys know how much I love Vlogmas. So, let's see. I don't even remember what my last Vlogmas is. I have actually filmed quite a bit of footage for it. I just never had the time to edit. And so it's going to be edited into one pretty long video that is going to encompass everything. But it is so bad that I still have the last 4 days of my Advents just sitting in little bags that I took down to Fresno for Christmas with my family, and I never had the chance to open it. So I haven't done 21, 22, 23, or 24. Yeah, haven't even opened them. Like, it's over a week past Christmas. Some of those are about 2 weeks old, and I haven't opened them, and that's not like me. For one thing, I don't like mysteries. I always like to know things. So the fact that I haven't even peeked or opened them is really quite weird. Before I went to Fresno, I did open the full skeins for all of those. I'll be showing those in a moment, hour, probably, to show what that looks like. With starting the new job, I just I never had time to do my, like a final video with everything that I'd done in November. So I have a pile of that stuff to show you guys too. So everything, I hope, and I'm not even sure I managed to pull out everything, but everything that I worked on in November and December is hopefully on this table. But so I was going to try to do that and then also film my preview plans for 2023 in the same video. And I was trying to put all that stuff out and arrange my thoughts, and it just became overwhelming. So that's now going to be a separate video that I'm hoping to film after this one, after I can move the pile of stuff off the table. So that's a second video. I need to do that Vlogmas wrap up, open up those last ones, So there's that. And then I have a WhipGo preview video. I know that could fit into the plans, but I want to keep each month separate. So those are the 4 videos that I'm going to try to film. And on top of that, it's 6 p.m. We're out of dog food, so I have to go to the pet store before it closes at 9. And because I'm having the tooth extraction, which was completely not planned. It was not in the plan. I had a dentist visit on Thursday. I believe Thursday. Either Wednesday or Thursday. Like the day after coming back from Fresno. And she was like, yeah, we need to extract this tooth. And no, we can't wait until you go on spring break in April to do it. Because she's worried the plaque will spread. And so they have to do it now. And so the earliest appointment she had was Tuesday, and I start work again on Wednesday. So it's going to be lovely being in the office with a recently extracted tooth. Luckily, the students aren't coming in for library time until the following Monday. They do have to come in for some club stuff, but I shouldn't have to talk to them very much. I think my face is going to be rather puffy and talking is going to be hard. I have had one tooth extracted before. I honestly don't remember. I just know I wasn't supposed to like gulp or suck, like, you know, suck on a straw. Do not do that. You could lose your clot. I'm having a bridge put in so that hopefully in the next year I can have some implants put in. Sorry, this is probably too much information. That girl's got bad teeth. Yes, I do. Sorry. Look at this super cute. This was the mug that came in the Christmas Eve cast on, which I didn't do. I didn't do a Christmas Eve cast on. I did not do a New Year's Eve cast on. I did not do a New Year's Day cast on. I have projects pulled out for those. They are no longer New Year's Day. They're just a new year, new start. Hope to get it in the first week. It's just, life is so crazy. Okay, so let's go back to why I haven't filmed or crafted basically since mid-December. So the last day of school was the 15th, I believe, of December. And we still had to do Christmas shopping. We were going the next Wednesday. The next Thursday. We rented the RV on Wednesday. We were leaving on Thursday. So we still had to do our Christmas shopping. So pretty much the next few days was spent doing all the Christmas shopping. Like, we had to buy presents for each other. We had to buy presents for his side of the family, my side of the family. We had a Christmas recital to go to for his grandkids, my husband's grandkids. I feel like there was other things. Oh, yeah, we were trying to rehome the puppies, which is where the story comes in. Okay, so the day we're supposed to be leaving, we picked up the RV on Thursday. Yes, we picked it up on Thursday. We were going to leave in the evening. I believe this is correct. We had people interested in the puppies. So we met with one family, and they took Sweet Beth. Yeah, because Josie went before. Josie went on the Saturday. Oh, that's what. We were Christmas shopping and rehoming puppies. So on Saturday, someone adopted Josie. And I'll put in a picture of me and Josie in our last few moments. Then on the day we were leaving, so the night before, a couple of people had contacted us and wanted to see the puppies. So at that point, we were down to 3. So someone came and saw Beth. Well, they were deciding between Beth and Meg. And they ended up falling in love with Beth, which she's such a sweet little girl. I can't blame them. So Beth was adopted, and I'll put a picture of me and Beth here. Then, like an hour later, we met someone to see Meg. And they took Meg. And all seemed to go well with that. We finished loading up the RV, which took way longer than we expected, We didn't leave until the wee hours of the morning, and Fresno is only like 3 hours from where we live, except for my husband is like the ultimate procrastinator of driving, like have to stop few times. So what should be a 3-hour trip takes like 5, which is okay when you're traveling with dogs and stuff like that. It's not how I would do it on my own, but I've gotten used to this is how he prefers to travel, and so it just is what it is. So we get to Fresno. And so this is Christmas Eve. And we decide to go see, there's this big street that is well known in Fresno for Christmas time. It's called Christmas Tree Lane. People come from the whole surrounding area to see Christmas Tree Lane. And so we decided we were going to go that night, Christmas Eve, to see Christmas Tree Lane. We were in our car in line for it for 3 hours. I'll put a picture or two here, but most of it's going to be footage in the Vlogmas that I will be doing. But it is a spectacular sight. Like, once you get into actual Christmas Tree Lane, it takes about an hour and a half. Like, it is spectacular, what all is involved in this. And it's beautiful, and it's free, which is lovely. But yeah, 3 hours waiting in our car in line is definitely the most we've ever done. So, we, like, at one point, it was so slow, and it had been so long that my sister and I got out of the car and ran into a gas station to use the bathroom, like, and then ran back to the car. Like, it was slow. It was so slow. But well worth it. It was definitely worth it. And then we went to Denny. Did we go to Denny's? No, we didn't go to Denny's. My husband and I went to Wendy's to get some takeout. My sister is doing Paul Mitchell school, so they actually only get like Christmas Day off. They didn't get this, and so then she works at Sally's. So between Sally's and Paul Mitchell, she only got Christmas Day off. So she still had schoolwork to do on Christmas Eve. So she had to rush back to do it because it had to be submitted. And so then Christmas Eve, the day of Christmas Eve, we spent the whole day wrapping presents. Like, each of us would be like in different rooms talking to each other while wrapping presents. And then my sister got home from, so I guess we started this around like 10. Oh, and I did a diamond painting mystery kit for my sister. This is what took so long. So I got a diamond painting. I don't think she'll watch this. Alex, if you're watching, skip forward a minute because I'm going to say what the design is. Okay, so I got her a diamond painting of Rivendell. And we had talked about making it a mystery for each other. She got me one too, different design, but she couldn't figure out how to turn it into mystery, so I just know what it is, which is completely fine because we're going to use hers as an experiment, and if it works the next Advent, we are going to create a mystery for each other. But so I had gotten her a diamond painting case with all the little beads, and so I was unpackaging and labeling all of that, and I glued a big piece of wrapping paper onto the diamond painting over it and drew random boxes that she's going to cut out with an X-Acto knife and do the mystery diamond painting. So that took it took a few hours to do all of that. And so after I didn't get started wrapping until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. My sister helped a bit with that, as she had done basically all of her wrapping already. Then we went to a midnight service. We went to an Episcopalian church or an Anglican church. I don't know. It's basically like Catholic, but not Catholic. Anyways, it was really interesting. I've never been to one of their services before. There's a lot of tradition and I don't know that pageantry is the right word. It's just, there's a lot of like carrying of the symbols and things like that. It was really interesting. I did quite enjoy it. It was like 3 hours, which was longer. Maybe it was only like 2.5, but it was a lot longer than we expected, which is fine. It went well past midnight. So after that, we decided, so past midnight, which means it's now on to Christmas Day. So then we decided to go to not Wendy's, Denny's. We went to Denny's, kind of like the Santa Claus movie. On Thanksgiving, they went to Denny's. Anyways, so we went to Denny's because we hadn't eaten dinner, and we had a bunch of snack foods, but the wrapping and everything took so long. So, I mean, we ate some snack foods, but we didn't have a meal. We didn't have time to play a game, watch a movie, or anything. So then comes Christmas Day. We all slept in. Yeah, we all slept in, and we didn't get started until like noon or something. I mean, we video called with my sister in England and her son and husband. We video called with my sister who lives near Seattle in Washington State. And in my family, Christmas is a full day experience, okay? There's no running in, opening your presents, and mom and dad just smiling with a cup of coffee in the background. That's not how our family does Christmas. It is a full day affair. So we got our stockings. Since almost everything was the same for everyone, we did actually this time open them at the same time. In years past, this is also an individual activity. Well, usually us kids open them together because it's usually the same things, but like usually what my dad has is different than us, so he'll open separate, and what my mom has is different, what my grandpa has is different, so on and so forth. So this year we all added things into the stocking so that no one knew completely everything that was in it. So I did a lot of like candies. I'd gotten a lot of Christmas candies, and I'd put them in like little gift bags, and I'd stuff them into the stockings. My mom got some beauty supplies and some like hand lotions and stuff like that. You know what? Normally there's a toothbrush in the stocking. I have to talk to her. She didn't put a toothbrush in this year, which is against tradition. My mom is all about tradition. But anyways, so then we stop and we have hot chocolate and cinnamon rolls. Did we have cinnamon rolls this year? I don't remember. But we stopped for a couple hours and had some breakfast and got food in preparing for Christmas dinner. And then I feel like, my husband fell asleep on the couch while we were doing that, and he was so exhausted. And my grandpa fell asleep, so we decided to let them sleep, and we would just keep meal prepping. So then my sister Alex gave one round of presents. Oh, and my grandpa had this idea. He's so funny. He hates games, right? He hates them a lot because my grandma, she couldn't handle to lose and always caused a lot of drama. So he hates games. My grandma passed almost 20 years ago. She was basically your most typical, stereotypical, like, German. She was, like, 6 foot tall, and she would, like, sit there. Anyways, she was a little bit scary. We love her. She's just scary. And everyone in the family would acknowledge that, so that's not me, like, dissing on my grandma. We call her Dana. Anyways, so because of her in games, my grandpa's, like, traumatized by games. And so we were sitting there on, I guess, Christmas Eve. And he goes, on Christmas Eve, that's the other thing we do. we always open a present. It's always pajamas. So we did that on Christmas Eve. We didn't go to bed until like 4 a.m. on Christmas Eve, which is then Christmas Day. It was late. So, I mean, we went to bed late. And he's sitting there in his armchair. He's like, I think tomorrow we should play a game. And we all look at him like the world has ended. Like, what is happening? And he goes, I think we should all share our favorite memory of a past Christmas. And we're like, okay. Did you have one that you wanted to share? Because it was pretty clear he had things he wanted to share. And he's gotten like this lately where he just wants to talk about, and I love it. We need to start recording it down, honestly, because my husband doesn't have a lot of memories of his dad's past, and we don't want that to happen. So he shared story. His favorite Christmas memory was when he was young. He's the oldest of 9 kids. So there's 3 girls, 6 boys. And he was young. And his dad was working at this store that was like an hour and a half away. And he'd come home late at night. And he was noticing his dad would disappear. He was wondering, where's Dad going? And so come Christmas morning, they wake up and like they were super poor. Lots of kids, super poor. And so the kids frequently had to share presents, Christmas presents. And he goes, and this was one of his favorite memories. His dad had been disappearing to build his sister's a dollhouse. So there was 5 of them at the time. His mom was heavily pregnant with the 6th, who was born in January. And the dad would come home from work where he'd been gone 10 to 12 hours, and he'd disappear, and he was building his daughter's a dollhouse. And that was one of my grandpa's favorite memories. His other favorite memory, a different year, similar situation. His dad was disappearing, and on Christmas morning, he and his brother Harold, they were like best friends, woke up, and his dad had built them a wagon, I think. This was in the 30s. I think it was the wagons that were really popular then, and his dad had been building one of them, and those were like his favorite memories, and that was so cool. But he's just so funny. He's so funny because he's like, I think we should play a game, and we know you hate games, Papa. He doesn't even like for us to play them near him, because anytime you like raise your voice in heated discussion, he thinks a fight is brewing. Anyways, it's so funny. So then my aunt was coming down, and she called, and she so we didn't even start opening presents except for that one round for my sister until probably around midnight. I mean, this is the worst that we've ever procrastinated and put it off. You can see a couple of my presents. My husband upgraded my Hydrate Spark to this big one, 32 ounces. And excuse me, it came in the mail once we got back home. I'm on day 4 of a water streak. He also got me back there a chair massager. It just straps onto my chair. So that's really nice. My mom gave me some fabric that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Quilting fabric. And now we're almost 30 minutes into this video, and I haven't showed you guys a single thing. But okay, so anyways, continuing. So that was Christmas. So then the next day, my sister had work again. I felt so bad for her because it's hard. I mean, this is her first year back in America. She came back in August. And this is the first Christmas where she's had work and school and other obligations and not been able to just be fully involved in all of the activities surrounding Christmas. And that's been really hard for her, which I understand. You know, I've had my sophomore year of college, I stayed at school, and I worked the whole Christmas break. And so I know how hard it is feeling like you're on the outside looking in. But so yeah, so she had work and school and stuff like that. we played some games, and I think the next day is when my husband and I came back home. And that was a RV trip that took 6 hours. Yeah. And so the next day, the 28th, we had, oh, I didn't tell you the biggest part about Christmas. This is part of what messed up a lot of Christmas is, so when we took the break for my mom to make hot chocolate and me to put like the ham on, things like that, my husband like goes, "Oh no," and we were like, "What?" Because sometimes he's dramatic. And not like I'm not dramatic, I know I am, but I thought it was gonna be one of those things where he's just like overblowing something, so I was kind of like not really paying attention. But anyways, so the family that adopted Meg texted on Christmas morning and were like, "Can you take it back?" We realized we were in over our head, and we were like, oh my gosh, first of all, they're referring to this little cute puppy girl as an it. Can you take it back? Like, have you been mistreating her? All those bunch of things. And this really upset my husband and got him really like worried about her. And for as much as he gives me a hard time about the fact that I couldn't let go of an entire litter that we now have, he's like completely devoted and spoils these little dogs. He is the main spoiler. He is not really the discipliner. He's not the one who like gives them a timeout or something. That's me. So if we have children, I think we know good cop and bad cop. Unfortunately, I'm on the bad cop side of that equation. But anyways, whatever. I'm off track. So yeah, so we texted them back and we were like, well, we're out of town right now, but we will take her back. We won't be back until Wednesday. Did we say we couldn't meet till Wednesday or Thursday? I think Wednesday. So yeah, we left on Tuesday night, got back in the wee hours of the morning on Wednesday. We had to fully clean the RV to drop it off back at the rental place by 11 a.m. At 1 p.m., I had my dentist appointment and my husband had his at 2. That's when I found out I have to have a tooth extracted. My parents were arriving at 4, and our house was the biggest disaster it has ever been because we had literally no time at all ever in like basically most of December. I mean, you guys saw how little work I did on my Vlogmas. I mean, we literally were running around like chickens with our heads cut off, just trying to get everything done. And so, yeah, our house was the biggest mess it's ever been. It was really kind of embarrassing, but whatever, it is what it is. So we could only do what we could do. So they arrived at 4. At 5, we were meeting the guy to pick Meg back up, and then we had to drop his boss had left his SUV. His boss went to Hawaii on vacation and left his SUV with us because they live on a farm, and so he wanted more like eyes on the SUV just in case, I guess. I mean, I don't know what he really thought was going to happen, but whatever. So we were watching the SUV, and so then we had to drop it off at the airport at like 6:30, and then we were going to this big lights expedition type of situation, which actually ended up being a bit of a disappointment with my parents after that. And so the lights show thing ended at 10:30, so we needed to get there like, the tickets were like $32, and if it hadn't been so expensive, it would have been more enjoyable because it just didn't feel like it was worth that entry fee. Like, it was ridiculously overpriced. The food there, we were gonna eat dinner there because we hadn't eaten all day, and it was like, I mean, worse than a baseball game price gouging. I paid $7 for one little cookie. Okay, that's the only food we bought. We didn't buy hot chocolate, which we had planned on it, because it was overpriced and it was so ridiculous. But anyways, so we went to this light show. Most of the pictures of that, oh wait, no, this is after Vlogmas, so I can put them in now. I'll put in some pictures here. I mean, it was cool. It just wasn't, like, we were done in less than 2 hours, and it just wasn't worth the entry fee. Like, it really just wasn't, which is what ruins the whole experience, honestly. You just feel like you're getting gypped. So after that, we went to Yard House for dinner. It was really good. Then we came back home. It was past midnight again. So then we decided that all of us were basically running on fumes. I think we'd only been getting like 4 hours of sleep a night. So we were gonna sleep. So we did. I mean, we all slept until like noon. We slept a good 10 hours, which was so nice. So then we got up and we just decided to have a lazy day in. We watched a few movies. We watched Draft Day. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that movie. I love that movie so much, and I do cry during it. And my mom was tearing up as well. None of us are really American football fans, but somehow that movie gets me every single time. I watch it quite frequently. And then we were going to watch Emma was our plan. And my mom was going to help me decorate the tree. Yes, life was so crazy. I didn't decorate the Christmas tree until after Christmas. And it's going to be up for a while. You can judge me all you want. It's probably going to be up till Valentine's Day. But I do quite enjoy like a fire with the tree in the corner and the lights dimmed and a movie on. I really like that. So it's going to be up for a while. So my dad was just browsing, trying to put off putting on Emma. And we ended up watching Matilda the Musical on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but it was actually really good. I did enjoy it. I do prefer the original Matilda with Mara Wilson, but this was really quite enjoyable. And so then we put on Emma, and my mom and I decorated the tree, and we ordered Chicago deep dish pizza, and my dad went to go pick it up. But they like kind of messed up the pizza. For one thing, it was not deep dish. Okay, the center of the pizza had no crust. It was just like the toppings slid into this. Anyway, so the pizza place is gonna give us a refund for that pizza and our salads. So I'll still go there again. And then my parents stayed till the next day, so Friday. They left around 1, and my mom helped me figure out my sewing machine. You know, if you watched some of the Vlogmas, I was complaining about there being looping in the back. Of course, when my mom just runs the fabric through without doing a single other thing different than me, no looping. So then I made her go away so I could sew a little bit, like just sew like a couple lines, not like sew on a project. We were using scrap fabric, no loops. So I expect next time when I go downstairs, it'll be looping again because, you know, that's how life is. But anyways, so then my husband and I went to the eye doctor, and because we hadn't gone, but they didn't have any availability for like the test. But we wanted to use our like glasses prescription. But anyways, I know my glasses prescription has changed, and they could only order using the last prescription, which was from like a year and a half ago. So what I decided to do was get some prescription sunglasses, because I could never wear sunglasses over this. My eyesight's too bad to not have them. But I figure like just driving using this current prescription would be fine, even though I'm gonna have an improved prescription. I think we made appointments in April. I didn't write them down, but I think it's in April. So then I'll get an upgraded one of these prescriptions, but I'll put in a picture of these sunglasses I decided to get. Yeah, my mom says it's like a Hollywood look, but I thought they were fun. So that was Friday. Saturday, I don't know what happened on Saturday stuff. Saturday was New Year's Eve, right? I mean, I don't know. I just didn't have time to craft. I think I was trying to tidy a little bit the craft room so I could work on setting up my bullet journal, because I never got around to doing that. And I'm still working on it, but I'll put that'll be part of the next video. Anyways, so then Sunday, more of that. We did a big Amazon order, because we only really order from Amazon like once a month, if even that. But so at the beginning of the month, we put in an order for some stuff. So I have a few things coming I'm really excited about. A diamond painting storage case, similar to the one I got my sister, just a different color. I think it might store more diamonds, maybe. I'm not positive about that. What else did we get that I'm excited about? Oh, we got a table, a grooming table to cut the dog's hair. That won't come until mid-January, but I'm pretty excited about that because they need their hair cut real bad. Oh, on Friday, after the eye doctors, my husband took me to Barnes & Nobles, and I got a book and a couple magazines. I thought I'd put the magazines here. Well, they're buried. I'll show them in a little bit. And then we went to Michael's, and their Christmas stuff was like 70% off. So I got 3 Christmas diamond paintings, which I will not be showing because they're back. That were $4.50 each, which is a really good price for diamond paintings. And I also got some of the scrapbooking paper pads that were also $4.50 each. So I have a lot of Christmas, like cardstock, I guess, kind of, to make floss drops with. That's like all I use it for. And so we were doing that for a while. And then he took me to my favorite Mexican restaurant, which was super delish. Anyways, that brings us to now. Yesterday, Amazon shopping, bullet journaling, that type of thing. So, yeah. So, okay, sorry, that was a lot of talking, like 40 minutes of talking, and part of it is probably procrastinating, putting off this mess to show you guys. Okay, we're just gonna get started. Okay, I finished my November cottage of the month. Here, I do have a notebook here to show you guys. Okay, November cottage of the month, which is super exciting to be done with. I'm not putting in any before pictures. That is a level of editing that with this much to do, there's just no time for it. So that's November cottage of the month. I had worked on Celtic Autumn. Not very much, I don't think. A couple hundred stitches. I mean, here's what she looks like right now. I think I did this color right down here, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I did. Because again, this is from a month and a half ago. I guess I worked on Evening in the Shire. according to Cross Stitch Saga, I'm 51% done with this, which means there's a lot of backstitching left to do. So I really love this design. The backstitching is a pain in the butt, but whatever. I finished, it all started with a big bang from Clouds Factory. I'm going to make this into a bag for my aunt. She doesn't know that yet, but she loves this show. And the reason I wanted to for this Christmas, but I'm using the same fabric for down here. This one little X is Scooby-Doo. And on this side over here, this one little green stitch, that is Dr. Seuss. So I'm like really maximizing this tiny piece of fabric for 3 cross stitches. So I can't cut the fabric to make the bag until this is all the way done. So actually I need to kind of make that a priority for the new year. I finished Gloria from Mill Hill, and I forgot to give her to my parents. Everything was so busy, I just completely forgot about her. But this is for my parents. I finished, I feel like I've told you guys this, but oh well, you're hearing it again, I guess. Autumn Cottage, or Autumn Celebrations, Seasonal Celebrations. This has a list of words below it, but I'm not doing that. I use this in conjunction with the cottages of the month, and so I put the season with the month. So I wanted them to be similar sized. Anyways, so that is that. I need to FFO a bunch of these. This is the design I did for my Secret Santa exchange. I hope I took a picture of the project finished. I'm not 100%, but if so, I'll put up a picture. And what I didn't realize is that my Secret Santa recipient was going out of the country for a couple of weeks. And so she got it late, which is only like a thing because I had put together a tea advent for her. So, oops. I finished this one for my husband. Prairie Schooler Santa. So I have 2 that I now need to FFO. And I had hoped to do that during this Christmas season, but it just didn't happen. Oh, on the day after Christmas, I had bought this pack of gnome diamond paintings, and so my sister, my mom, and I, there was 6. We each did 2. Well, we kind of actually passed them around, so we all got to work on all of them. And then we each kept 2. So these are the 2 I kept. So it's a gnome drinking hot chocolate, and then a gnome with a gingerbread man. And I think they're so cute. I need to get my my ornament hangers and put them on the tree. I am so far behind on my cross stitch advent, which is really saying something since each day is such a small amount of work. but this is the last I worked on it. So, the last day I did was day 15, so I've still got 10 days of it to do. So I hope to finish this, and that'll be my first finish of the year. Okay, so that's my cross stitch whips. Now I'm going to show the knitting crochet ones, and then we'll get into stash. Okay, so if you followed along at Vlogmas, which, I mean, it's okay if you didn't, I was doing some Advent stripe socks. Of course, when I got to the heel is when I fell off the wagon, but I am really happy with how these are looking so far. This pattern is called the Twizzler socks, and I just think it's really, really fun. So I will be looking to finish these sometime soon in the new year. I started my Canon hand-dyed Advent. I finished day 1, and I'm now on day 2. I'm doing the Anthology Throw, which is a circle-shaped blanket, and I've now reached the point where I don't have to magic loop. I will have to change the needles sometime soon-ish, though, because I don't want them to fall off. But so this is what it looks like with one day complete. The next day's coloring is basically the same, except for it's got little blips of white that appear not too frequently. So on this first round, they've only appeared twice. So this is what that looks like. There you can see a little blip of white, but it's mainly that dark blue. I finished one granny square on my Harry Potter Advent, and that is Gillyweed. And that's what it looks like. It's just a granny square. I used a light bulb marker to put the tag with it, just so I can keep track until I sew them all together. But I'm really happy with it. And I started the second one. So this is the color. It is Tonks. And this is my tiny little start. I'm thinking this might be my purse project for now, because it's just such an easily memorizable pattern. And yeah, so it would be easy to take with me on places, just stick in my purse. I had gotten the tiniest of starts on a pair of fuzzy socks I was going to give my husband, but that's all I did. So maybe I will try to get these done for Valentine's, possibly. I had started a mystery knit along called The Source of Evil, Lord of the Rings theme, so I had to. And I finished the first part and started the second part, like get a good chunk of it. I love it. And if life hadn't been so busy, I would have continued working on this. But here it is. Here it is. I don't know what the finished one looks like yet. It only uses 2 colors. And I'm just really, really happy with how this is looking. I think my husband's on the phone. The mystery pattern, the little girls are in here, so they're always a danger to anything I put down. The mystery pattern for the Bakery Bears for this Vlogmas season is a stocking. Hang on, I lost the other end of my stitch marker, or my, oh, whatever, I'll have to look for it later. But it keeps falling off, that's really annoying. So it's a stocking. And this is what I've done so far. And there's a lot of new techniques to me in here. So this is called a Latvian braid. Never done that before. I've never actually done color work. So this is my first time ever doing color work. And I have to say I'm really proud of myself. And so I'm now on this part. The next part is the heel, and then it's very short foot. So what I decided to do, I'm making this for my husband. And what I'm going to do is get these two colors again, and I'm going to change out for green maybe, and then make this sock again for me, but in green instead of red. And then I'm hoping, like, if we have kids or anything like that, I can make the pattern again and just use a different color for each person. And if I don't have kids, I might do that for my dogs. Do like a light pink for Rosie and a dark pink for Gracie and a purple for Lily and a green for Sammy and two different shades of blue for James and George. So I might end up doing that. Crazier things have happened, but I'm really enjoying the pattern and it's going really fast. I just stopped working on it because life got so busy. The final whip I have to share is, it was a Boxing Day cast on, and I did manage to get it casted on. It's the Hyber knit along from Stephen West, and it's his Aurora Cabin pattern. And I'm on section 2. Trying to find the main picture. Okay, these are not my colors, but that's what it looks like, if you can make that out. I'll put in a picture here of my colors laid out, that they're in the order I plan on using them. And this is my very small start. So it's a very subtle black and red color. And I really am enjoying this so far. It's just, life's been busy. That's what I got in that one day, and that's all that's happened. This might actually be the last thing I worked on the day after Christmas, so it's been like a week since I've crafted. Okay, I'm going to show you my acquisitions, or at least the ones that I've brought over. Yeah, not everything is here. We went to Hobby Lobby, so hey, no, Georgie, no. So there's obviously plenty of things I didn't bring here to show. One of the first things I have to share is, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. My planner had slid over and knocked off a box of DMC, and Amy was taking off with a skein of it, so had to stop her. Anyway, so present from my mom. It came in this little bag, and what it is a several, I think 8 fat quarters in a fabric line based off of Emma, which is my favorite Jane Austen. I haven't unrolled them yet, and I've looked more into the line, and I might splurge on getting, like, I think I found like a half-yard bundle. I might splurge on that. We'll see. But these are the fabrics that are in the bundle my mom put together for me. And I'm thinking of using them to make like a lap blanket or something. Maybe for the back of my chair. I haven't picked a pattern or anything yet, but I am so in love with this line. It's so amazing. I thought at first that maybe I'd make them into project bags, but if I buy more of the fabric, maybe I'll do that, but not with these. These I wanted to keep together because my mom picked the fabrics herself, like which of the line she was gonna do. And I just think that a lap blanket would be really nice. So this was a really nice Christmas present. My husband got me, hasn't arrived yet, probably won't until March, a Gilmore Girls crochet hook. It's a handmade with polymer clay, I believe, and I'll put in a picture of what it looks like. For some reason, I asked him to get it in a 3mm. I don't know what I'm making in a 3mm hook. Like, why would I have asked for that size? I usually use 4mm and occasionally 5. I don't know what I was thinking with a 3. So I'm going to have to review my projects and figure out what am I making with a 3mm that I can use this special hook for. What are you doing? Someone's doing something. Amy, come here. Come here, Amy. Oh, this is Amy. We had her in a little Santa baby dress the whole time down in Fresno, and she looks so cute. Yes, you did. You look so cute, but you are so much trouble. You're a mischievous little girl. Anyways. Oh, puppy hair is so soft. When they get older, it's not this soft. Yeah, you're a nice girl. Okay. I have to stop petting her now because I got work to do here. Almost done. I just have the yarn acquisitions to show you guys. Oh, my husband also gifted me a couple yarn bowls from Hobby Lobby. One is shaped like a teacup. I will try to remember to show that on a future vlog, but it's downstairs right now. It's so cute. So a lot of these are still in their crinkly paper. There is like 10 yarns to show. Keep in mind this is a month and a half of them coming in, and also 4 are from Advents. So I know it's a lot, but let's just dive right in. Okay, what are you? I think this is the Christmas Harry Potter one. Yeah. So this one is called Winter's Night at the Castle. And I do just love those colors together. I think that's really pretty. It came with a little bag of extras. I mean, like hot chocolate. But the cool one is a deck of Harry Potter playing cards. Just very nice. This is the December Harry Potter self-striping yarn. And I really love this one. So this is called Expecto Patronum. And that's what it looks like. I love that. I think it's so pretty. So this is a 6-stripe repeat. I really like the little purple in there. Yeah. So that is Expecto Patronum. This is the November one from the Hobbit yarn. And this is called the Burglar. I did change the base that I was ordering, and this is a much better base. So this is Squishy Sock, which is $75.25. I just didn't like the other one. And I really like this. I think this will make a nice pair of socks in the right pattern. The brown, pinks, bit of burgundy. He is on the phone. I just heard him tell someone that he ran for the school board. And this is the sticker that came on it. I will be adding this to my bullet journal. I'm trying to do the not Advent ones first. Okay, this one I'm a little ticked at myself over. So I've been in the Yarnable Club for a while. And every month they show a preview, which reminds me I need to look up the preview to see if it's posted. Well, she was kind of late in posting it in December. So on the day it was gonna renew, like at midnight or something even, I looked it up, decided I could live without it, and went to cancel the renewal. Like, you can postpone it or something like that. So it doesn't cancel you from the club. It just doesn't renew for that month. So I'd gone to do that, and it told me that my renewal was already in process and it couldn't do it. So I ended up with this Yarnable C'est La Vie. I mean, these things happen. And so the yarn itself is pretty enough. It's just, I have a lot of pinks in stash. This one doesn't particularly speak to me. And it certainly doesn't speak to me. Oh, okay. It's called Party Like It's 2023. Well, I was going to say, it doesn't look like Christmas. I can kind of see New Year's. Anyways, it's pretty. I've got nothing against it. Just, I didn't need it. And I have a lot of pink already. So I just wasn't going to get it. The extras. So this is a drinkable glitter. You can add it on the top of your drinks. Anyone who knows me in real life knows that I have a ridiculous fear of glitter. I have a fear that it's going to cut me. I just hate glitter. I hate it so much. I hate it a lot. Like, I really do worry about it cutting me. And I know it won't, but I can't get my mind to accept that. So I hate glitter. There is a cute stitch marker that says 2023. I like that. And the other thing are 4 pomegranate scented bath bombs, which I will use. And they smell really good. I took a bath earlier today, which was nice. I don't know why I decided to take a bath. I was just like, I'm going to take a bath. Okay, so that is the Oops Yarnable one. Bluebird Yarns. She just released what her mystery yarn club is going to be for this year. And it's going to be the Little House on the Prairie series. So I'm really excited about that. Last year, hers was Letters from Jane. I did a couple of months of that, but I wasn't really feeling it. She also was doing an Agatha Christie one. And yeah, so I wasn't really subscribed to her. Okay. The next two ones were, okay, this is the one that was the Christmas Eve cast on. I think this blue is gorgeous. However, I don't like this per se as the mini skein, so I think I'm going to not keep them together. I have a few patterns that would look really good in a nice dark solid tonal. And it came with a pattern that used the yarn. So it was really when I saw it next to each other, I was like, no, I don't like how wild the one is. Like if this was like a solid tonal, like a gray, I think that would be nice, but I don't like it in that color. So I think I'm just going to keep them separate. And I'm going to do this pattern, in a different yarn base because I think the complete pattern altogether is lost with how dark the yarn is. So I'm going to find a lighter tonal yarn and make the pattern in that. So this was called Christmas Eve and Other Stories sock set. So I do really like this blue. I've got plans for it. Yeah. The other one I have, and let me just find the pattern that goes with it right here, I'm super excited about. So this is another one from Fangirl Fibers. It's, okay, I'm going to take it out. Okay. So it's called Light the Lamp, Not the Rat sock set. So that's what it looks like. Really pretty together. This is a 50-gram mini instead of the 20, so there's plenty of it. And then I love this brown. I think it's so pretty. It came with a stitch marker, which I really like. And there was a pattern that you had to buy separate, which I did. And I am going to use the yarn for this pattern. And it's called I'm Here for the Food. And isn't that so pretty and cool? I really love it. So I'm super excited. I was debating having this as my New Year's cast on, but in my 2023 video, I will talk about why I picked something else, which I haven't even cast on yet. So I'm going to put that aside. One of the organizational things I did yesterday or the day before is I put the printed patterns I have into 2 different binders. Before it was all in this one, and I'd got this red one for Christmas patterns during Vlogmas. So I've changed this to now it's all my wearable patterns. So mainly socks, but also shawls, hats, and cowls. And in this one, I've got blankets and the stocking is in here, so not like wearables. A bookmark pattern, the stocking, blankets, and washcloths. That's the other thing that's in here. So that's I did that. It took a little bit because I put each of the patterns in a sheet protector. Anyways, so the final 4 I have to share. This is the self-striping sock yarn that came in my stitch marker advent. I really like that one. It is a 6-stripe. This is the one that came in my Canon hand dyed. I think you can see some of the sparkle in there. It's a nice tonal purple. Unfortunately, I went to go order some more off her website and it wasn't there anymore, so I missed the opportunity to buy a bigger quantity. I wanted to make a sweater. This is the one that came in my Middle Earth one, and I think this is just the most fantastic shade of green. I am supposed to use a full skein to connect all of the Radvent squares. However, I love this so much, I just don't know that I'll be able to use this one. Maybe. We'll see when the time comes. And finally, the one with the Harry Potter Club. This is called Hermione at the Yule Ball, and I think it's just so pretty. And it does really remind me of her dress. I really like this one. Oops, and the tag came off. But so those are the yarns I have acquired in the last month and a half, almost 2 months. I think actually one should be arriving tomorrow. The either the self-striping Harry Potter one or the Hobbit one. We'll see. I'll update you in my next podcast vlog, whatever. I did also order the Big City Christmas. They sent me the wrong pattern. They sent me pattern number 2. Even the invoice said it should have been pattern number 1. Department store. This is theater. However, I bought like all of the fancy flosses to go with it. So I contacted the lady. I've had problems with this shop like every time I've tried to order with them and done like clubs, subscriptions. It's Beach Cottage Stitcher, but I just didn't know of another one that was doing auto ship. If anyone knows of an auto ship place that does the auto ship, let me know, because every time I try to do it with Fat Quarter Shop, they're always sold out. But so yeah, every time I've had a problem, sent the wrong pattern, the wrong size fabric one time. One time she literally sent the same 2 colors. It was used in the border in every single part. And so I was having to pay for that, even though it only required like 3 or 4 total. I got 10. That was moderately frustrating, but whatever. I just added it to stash. So yeah, I'm sure Cynthia is a perfectly lovely lady. I just think she needs to get a little bit more organized there. Considering it's been every single time that I've ordered through her. For Christmas, my sister Kirsten got me the one that lives in England, this Jane Austen pattern. I really like it. The one thing I will say is that in any of these houses, historic houses that you can go to there where you can get a cross stitch, is that it's always the hand-drawn symbols pattern, and those are just so hard to work from. But I'm going to persevere because I really like this one. I was considering it for my new start. However, when I pulled it out and saw that pattern, it was just a little bit too much to wrap my head around with everything that's going on. And the final 2 things here are the 2 magazines I got at Barnes & Nobles. So I got Cross Stitcher. I am now considering subscribing to this digitally. And if not digitally, then physically. I'm going to buy one of the magazines digitally and see how I like it before deciding to subscribe that way or the other. There's just so many patterns I really like in Cross Stitcher. And I don't go to Barnes & Nobles often enough to just purchase it that way. So like flipping through this, there was so many patterns that I really liked. If anyone wants to flip through, I can do that. Oh, and then also the thing is, so I went into December, and this issue is the November one. They had one other issue there, and it was October. So December wasn't even there. And so it just makes it so you're so far behind. But I will miss having like the little extra that come with them. So that's why I'm still debating doing the physical copy. And the other one I got was just cross stitch. This is another one that I'm going to subscribe to. I used to, and then my subscription lapsed. And I'll get the physical copy because I do much prefer having the physical copy. These ones are not so very expensive, even in the store. So this is $7. The cross stitcher is $18. So a bit of a price disparity. Anyways, so that is a wrap up of my 2022. Very long. I'm sorry I talk so much. I will put timestamps down below. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. I'm going to clear this off and try to film another video or two, but I need to go to the store, so we'll see what happens in what order. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.